Have you ever seen a pawn forking 2 queens? Black here has to go full danger levels. What's worth more than a queen's? The king. Queen b1 check. Now white here should bring the rook back to attack one queen and the other. One queen is hanging. Of course, white does not do that. Black has to look around and notice that the queen is hanging and move it. And they do to their credit. Queen d4 is a mistake of continuity, as now this is no longer defended, and white proceeds to capture it. King d7, white plays the move f5. Can't really complain, but now it's mate in 5. Black finds it, and white has no more king moves. Or so you would think. This move hangs mate in 1, so you shouldn't play it. You should probably block the check with something. But king e1 is played, and now if this queen had just followed the trail, queen g1 is mate. But black's idea was not to checkmate white. Black's idea was, I attacked rook, you defended it, now me take rook. Now, that's still not bad, but you know for a fact this game did not end anytime soon. So, white plays queen f2, hangs the queen, d2. King e2, and now either queen is mate on d3. Queen c3. This is how I know that we're still in for a long game, because black doesn't realize what they're doing. Alright, white plays bishop b3 check. Black sacks, actually correctly, sacrifices, and now can promote another queen. Instead of that, for some unknown reason, black loses the second queen for nothing. This position is still completely lost. Rook d8. White plays the move bishop h4, attacking the rook here. You just got to keep your rook away from it. Black fails to do that, and white fails to capture. g4. Now, black plays g5, because listen, it's never too late to copy your opponent for no reason at all. Takes, now b5. Hanging the rook again after this, the endgame is winning for white. Obviously, white plays h4, and doesn't actually play the move b4. We have a5. The final phase of the game begins. White plays g5, getting a little bit too aggressive, plays the move a4, blundering the draw. Pawn takes a4, pawn takes a4, and you have to take this pawn. Otherwise, this pawn will promote, right? White plays h5 and is completely lost once again. Completely miscounted. You miscounted that after a3, g6, a2, g7, they're queening with check, which is a very common endgame concept, and they queen first. And this is perhaps the most logical sequence of moves in the entire game. As black promotes, white has to take, and black goes, well, one more check for good measure, and then says, all right, let's go back. Let's take this pawn. Now, white is defending the h1 to their credit, but it's simply not good enough. But now black is completely winning. The way you win this game is you blockade the pawn, and then you bring the king. You can also bring the king, go win this pawn, and then make a second queen. Let's see this technique in action. Here we go. Look at this. Do you have time to take the pawn and stop here? Yes, you do. Block the pawn. All right, don't block the pawn. Fine. h8 queen. He's trying to sneak one by. Oh, all right. All right, fine. We've waited a long time. Unfortunately, now we have to watch the beautiful ladder checkmate technique as the pawn runs down the board, and black makes 2 queens. White cuts the king off in the middle of the board with the move queen h5, plays queen f4 check, plays queen h3 check, plays king e2, sacrifices 1 queen, and proceeds to lose the second queen, and the game of 2 300s ends in a king versus king draw.